Yeah, y'all know what it is. Welcome to another episode of
Hey.
the Put to Bed podcast. You hear me?
Yes, sir. We back again with another one. We
Yeah,
dropping another one. We checking some things up a little bit, trying some things new. So yeah, tossing it up, seeing what we working with. It's just nitty. But yeah. So we got two topics for you tonight. And
two
then
topics
some
for y'all.
updates. Yep, I said it. Updates. But we gonna start with the first one. I just had so I had talked to a friend of mine and we were just talking about a situation,
Yeah.
that somebody that's in. And it
Okay.
was basically like, is it a thin line between she asked me, I'm like, do you think it's a thin line between tricking and helping out? Like if I ask her, I need some money for this, or I need some help with some or whatever, am
Yeah.
I expected to give up the coochie, basically? If it is an expectation that come with the gifts, what I'm saying? Like it's basically like that. Is it a thin line between it? Like, and just helping me out, we friends, and then do you expect something, or are you just no, I'm getting some out of this, so I'm gonna give her all she need until she drop. What did Martin them say?
Okay.
Got the
Yeah, I get what you're
draws.
saying. A thin line. It's a thin.
DTD.
What's the line between just? Hold on. What
Yeah.
you say? What you say? What you say? Martin said.
Yeah, got the draws. It was
Oh yeah.
yeah, it
What
was
that?
G
What that mean? He said. What GT? What GTD mean?
got the draws, bro.
Got the drawers. Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, so like so it's so like, is it a thin line between tricky
I get what you're
or
saying.
yeah,
It's different aspects of it too though, because like the aspect of how y'all look at it as women. It's like, okay, is he doing it in this? And it's a thin line in that aspect too.
yeah,
Is it just looking out, or is you expecting something in return, or if you
right.
getting something in return type situation? Then what is it like? Because if you just doing it, I don't know. That sounds pretty much trickish to me.
Okay,
If you doing it for that, and
so let's say
if it's
okay, so let me ask you this then. Since because I know you're a little, you seem like you're a little on the fence about it a little bit. Like you understand, but you don't want to jump over a little bit. So
yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
is that selling yourself then? Like, is you selling yourself for, or like, what's the difference between selling yourself and tricking? Like,
I
is it
mean,
tricking off on you, or you giving up something for it? Is that like a thin line between that?
it's a thin line. It's definitely a thin line between that. Now, now, it depends. It depends on how it's brought in arranged. That for me, like
Yeah, yeah.
the wording and the arrangement of it, it can mean can mean
Two
everything
different things,
depending on
right?
how I
Right.
judge the situation. Or because like it's a thin trick between tricking and just spending money on the female. And no matter how you look at it, it could be like a tricky. It could either be tricking or it could be looked at like, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
it's a lot of scenarios in that, because like you said, if I feel like if you doing it for that though, like if y'all know, okay, I'm only on some sugar daddy type, like
Yeah, yeah. Like
that's
that's the
tricking.
vibe.
Yeah, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm only messing with this person to survive. I'm only messing with this person to because they give me money, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna satisfy them to get them out the way to keep them happy. Yeah, and yeah, it's definitely tricking, and it's definitely selling yourself in a sense,
Like I'm
but it's selling
just
yourself on both ends too, because
on both
a
ends.
person that's spending money, even though I look at it like that on the trick side of it, because the
Yeah.
trick, you the trick, when you a trick, you a
You
trick.
know. You
So
know.
come on now, let's be real with it.
Let's be
You
real.
know
Let's
what's
drop
going
that
on.
100.
So you selling yourself in that instance too, though, to me,
Yeah.
because it's like, okay, I know I know I can't get her because of however whatever you got in your head. I know I can't get women because of this, or I know I can't get her because of this, or I know I can't. To where you feel like, okay, I gotta purchase this. I got
Yeah. I gotta
whether
buy
it whether
this.
it be whether it be just okay in the sense of we exchanging cash for it, and we don't and you know what the deal is. We don't talk again, whether that type of purchase, or You just spoiling and tricking and paying bills and paying rent and paying this and that for the third, just so you can have your slice of the pie when you win.
But
Either way, it's
what if you
tricking
just
them.
helping out a single mom or helping out a friend? Is it an expectation to come with that? Okay, you meet somebody at the job, they older than you or whatever,
Yeah,
and you quit whatever, but y'all keep in touch. But y'all keep in touch and like every now and then type of thing. You know, hard times and you falling he dropping, dropping it. I
dropping
need
racks.
and you
Yeah.
dropping it,
I
but
mean, if
I ain't
it's a
asking you for
friendship,
it.
I don't feel if it's a friendship and you're not asking for it, and like in that type of situation, like exactly how you just described,
Yeah,
I don't feel like that's neither tricking nor should it be an expectation. I feel like the narrative in which a person feeling like it is an expectation or it could be an expectation or should be an expectation stems from the sense of people tricking out there like that because
yeah,
since people do that on such a regular and since it's such a regular part of the how we exist and part of how people date and part of how people move, it feel like even when somebody doing it out of genuineness, you feel you question as a woman, like, dang, should I do I owe like
yeah,
do I you feel me like you feel
hmm
some kind of gratitude as just as a good person period you feel some kind of gratitude and how do I thank this person and how do I show my
right,
appreciation and
yeah,
but in the same sense like just the stigmatisms and like I said how people been doing it in society like automatically a woman gonna think
yeah,
he wants some pussy in return
yeah,
or I owe him some cat in return like on some gratitude when really,
right,
I don't think it should be like that. Because, like you said, in a situation where I ain't asked for it, she ain't asked for it, and I'm just looking out, or if I ain't asked if you needed it, I'm just looking out for you because you a friend, or because
right,
you needed it and
right,
you going through hard times, or you asked me for it because you're going through hard times and I got it to give, or any type of situation,
well, that's just your
or I
role.
really genuinely mess with you on some
That's
shit
just
on
your
some
role probably too though.
yeah,
Like,
it depends, yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna be real too. Some women just have a lineup too. Like,
oh
you
yeah,
might just be the one that just be the one that
yeah,
help
the
out.
handout, you the handout
Right, the
when
help
I
out,
yeah
the help out man or
yeah you
Mr.
the help.
Helpman. Something I don't know, but you
Mm-hmm.
might be that dude. But I mean, I feel like for me personally, don't expect nothing unless I'm giving you that vibe. Like if you
Fact.
giving off tricking vibes or I'm just want to drop some money just to spend time with her or I'm just looking out, that's the vibe you getting back. I and that's the box I'm gonna put you in.
Fact.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard for me to cross over unless we already kind of start on that, oh, I'm attracted to you type of thing. But we ain't
Yeah.
going there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and then you lead up to that, but if you just dropping it and expecting something and I ain't feeling you, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I
You
hope
can't
you don't
just
feel
yeah.
like and
The money
and
is
I
gonna
don't want to
sway
feel
my attention.
obligated. Right. I
Yeah.
don't want to feel obligated either. Like I have to do something because you looking out.
Yeah. Because if you like you said, I mean, like how I feel. I mean, I I done been in them atmospheres, so I know like
Yeah.
if you ain't got no mouthpiece, you ain't got no mouthpiece. You can't be mad at a woman because or feel like she obligated because you don't know how to express yourself and say that you're attracted to her and be able to
Right.
being able to woo her by way
The way
of
you supposed to.
by way of communicating and
Yeah.
keeping it real, like you said, how you supposed to, and being able
Yeah.
to genuinely just say how you feel and slide. You know what's happening.
Yeah.
So if you feel like that you in that box, you are like you said. Immediately, most women they gonna put you in that box. You a trick.
They're gonna put you in that box as a
You a
trick.
trick, bro.
And I'm gonna
So
be
so
real.
at the same time, you can't expect you gotta expect the
Mm-mm.
energy you get. And some females,
Yeah.
like you said, that a female who really care about their morals and care about they said they don't care because you spending no money. That still don't mean I'm finna let you hit. That still don't mean you
Exactly.
gonna you
That's the
just
point
buddy
I
who
was
gonna
getting.
you just buddy
Yeah.
who spend the bread like
Yeah.
cause he
That's your choice. That's your choice. I
yeah.
look, that's your choice. But I
But I
feel
feel like
like,
anything consensual is different though. Anything is like okay,
yeah,
yeah. I'm mutually like genuinely, or if I'm in a relationship with this person, or I'm pursuing this person to be in a relationship with them. That's
yeah,
not tricking them. That's courting them. That's however you want to look at it. That's wooing them.
exactly.
That's dating them.
That's different.
That's what that look like. It's just
Mm-hmm.
straight for I mean, or just basically a friend for a look out. Cause I look out for my homies, and
Yeah.
if one of them hit me up and say, bro, you got 20, you got 30, I'm messed up on what you want. And I ain't, it ain't no, we just friends. I do that because it's
Exactly.
love here.
Yeah.
It ain't like there's no expectation in return. So I don't do that same thing with a female friend type
Right.
situation. But that's my
I
take on it
agree.
for real.
I will only feel like when I asked you before, like, do you feel like you selling? Is it selling yourself? I would feel like I'm selling myself if I do something that I don't want to do, but just because I
Yeah,
feel obligated. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel okay, damn, I owe this person something because they looked out and they've been doing it. Now they feel like they expect something. I would. feel like I was still telling myself then because I ain't doing it for me. I'm doing it because
Yeah.
it's an expectation. I feel like you expect this, and I guess I gotta get you the coochie, get you the pussy now.
I mean, I done been on in that atmosphere of it too, as a
I
as a
mean, yeah,
male.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
yeah, I mean,
So,
yeah, I feel obligated. If you feeling like, yeah, I be feeling like selling, like I'm selling myself to a degree. It depends. If it's a female and I'm vibing and she just cashing out on me because she like me, like
that's on
I
you.
don't feel like, yeah, that's on you. I don't feel like I'm obligated or nothing like that. But if I'm feeling you anyway, I don't feel like I'm being used. I don't feel like I'm using her. I
Yeah,
feel like it's just we vibing, we cool. That's just what it is. But the same
yeah,
way if I would go, you mean spending money on you type situation. But
right.
if I ain't feeling you or nothing, if I know like if I'm on some OnlyFans or if I'm on some you shooting your shot and I know I ain't feeling you, but I mean I might send you a video or a pic or something,
Hmm.
and I know I'm getting the money exchange out of it. Then yeah, I definitely feel
And then
like I'm
that's what it
selling myself.
is. Yeah,
I'm selling myself in the moment. It ain't I ain't proud of it, but I might need the bread. Like that's
right.
it is what it is. That's how
Look,
well
sometimes
I do
hard
look at it
get
like I'm selling myself though, yeah.
yeah. Sometimes it get hard out here. You know what I'm saying? It get hard. You got to make choices.
Yeah.
Tough
And that's why I
choices.
understand. That's why I'll be judging when people be like, oh yeah, she got an OnlyFans. She probably paying rent and bills and et cetera. She probably
You know
eating,
what I'm
putting
saying?
food in her fridge with that. Do what you gotta do.
Do what you got to do. First off, food. We're gonna talk about that soon because food, niggas, food is like the Christ of a damn core. Now
Oh yeah, yeah, food is crazy. And
we go.
imagine when you eating healthy and eat what
That's
is
what I'm
crazy.
saying.
It's crazy.
People be like, "Oh, you vegan? You don't eat meat?"
Oh
Listen,
yeah.
that's my health choice. But don't get it twisted. My shit is expensive. So
Yeah,
not,
our diet is more expensive than
yeah,
the
it's
but yeah,
crazy.
we gonna jump to the next topic though.
Yeah, let's go.
That
Let's
is a
go. Let's
topic
go. Let's go.
though. That
So go
is a
ahead,
topic
bro.
though. The second topic for the day is sacrifices for success. Do
Mm,
you feel like I feel like I wanna the question I got for you is do you feel like they have a correlation with being able to like sacrifice something to be successful? Do you feel like that exists? Do you feel like you have to give up things in order to gain things?
mm,
Like in the sense of because it can be looked at in a bunch of different ways, but that's
right.
more so the root of it. Like even like in the sense of like me, it came from like you said, it came from a conversation with me and my homeboy, and we was talking and stuff. We was on a spiritual conversation, and I was saying like the standpoint of it, like no, you gotta you like how I try to how I give up things that are bad in my life and feel like or
Mm,
negative or like not good energy or things that I want to quit doing or something like that. You know, whether it's quit smoking or quit fornicating as much or whatever
right.
type situation, like whatever these afflictions, and then just replacing that with something positive, and then
Mhm.
feeling like do you get something positive in return? Like, or do you feel like sacrifices make a difference in your success?
Yeah, absolutely. I think sacrifices make a big difference in your success because for you to gain some positivity and some change, you got to give up stuff. You really do. That's just how it works. Like if you want to take a step further in your job, you got to change up some things. You got to maybe change up how you dressing, how you presenting yourself, how your resume look. You got to change up something to get to that next level. So anytime I think you want to upgrade, like not an upgrade, but like a level up type of thing, you're gonna change something. That's just an
Yeah,
elevation to me. But sacrificing, I mean, it's like you said, that's two. That's a couple ways you can look at it. I like some people say I'm sacrificing chocolate. I'm sacrificing this before 9 or whatever for
yeah,
religious reasons or to manifest or whatever. I do believe that you gotta give up something to gain more or knowledge or some clarification or some peace of mind. Absolutely,
yeah,
because if
fact.
you don't, your mind gonna be clouded with everything else for sure. So you definitely got to do that. But also, in a sense, it's not my belief system in the ways of some people sacrificing because some people sacrifice their loved ones. Um, their, you know what I'm saying? Their loved ones and everything
Souls.
else, right? Just to get a level up. You know what I'm saying? And that's a different kind of way of looking at it. For me, I don't believe in that. Hell no, not that belief
Yeah.
system. Because I feel like a lot of
I
people.
mean, to be honest, it's the same. It's the same. It's don't get it twisted when I
Okay,
say
I
this, but
get you.
it's
I
the
get you. I
same
get
thing.
you. I get you.
In
I
a
get
sense, it's
you.
the same thing. It's just you doing it to a different entity. You doing it to a different energy. You doing it to a different. You doing it, you because like you say, it's still a sacrifice. There's people that, I
Yeah.
mean, if you do subscribe to that,
Mm.
then there's people that sacrificing they soul, sacrificing their loved ones,
They love
sacrificing
ones, yeah.
they
And it's,
uh they 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 sexual preferences and
or it's,
sexual
yeah,
sexual deviancy
yeah,
to
yeah,
for fame and for money and for riches and for to level up type
to
situation.
level up,
But
yeah.
then I mean I look at it like that's why I was saying like I mean and that's kind of where I was going with it too in a sense though.
Yeah, because that situation, like you said, it's very similar. I would say that because they
You
both are a sacrifice and a give up for a level up type of thing. But to like sacrifice your loved ones in the sense of getting richer, getting a deal signed. I mean, we've all heard everything about sacrifice. Everybody got their own
yeah
opinions about it. My belief system for that is a no. Even if I don't like your ass, I'm not gonna do that because I because I'm a big believer in karma, and I ain't gotta
no
do
fact
nothing. I'm gonna sit back and watch while you come back around to you because you're gonna get it back. Because if
no
you know
fact.
you nasty person, you're a nasty person. But nah, I believe in sacrifice in my own personal life and choices to like
You just don't believe in
upgrade
making
and
certain sacrifices to certain things, but
yeah,
you
to
believe in the
grow.
process. Yeah,
Like you said, give us, you know, sometimes you smell cigarettes and you want to give it up.
yeah,
Sometimes that happens. But and things like that, or some people drink or whatever. But
yeah,
yeah, I'm willing to do things like that. That's a part of my values and
yeah.
core
That's
my
part of
core
growth.
belief
Yeah,
system. But to sacrifice people like in my family, even if, like I said, I don't fuck with everybody in my family, but unless if that be known, but I would never go to that level because I believe in
yeah.
karma.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, it all tied together though, like to me, in a sense. But I feel like I said, it's about what you're trying to sacrifice for. It's about the
yeah,
energy and that you and the energy that you giving that you have in heart when you making them sacrifices. Now,
hmm
if you saying I'm sacrificing this, or I'm sacrificing this person or this and that, like in that sense, then okay, I'm getting somebody killed for this blessing or for however you
right,
look at it, or to gain this thing, then you know the energy that it comes with that. But and we all know what that looked like.
hmm yeah,
But in the sense that I feel like the on the positive side spectrum of it, it worked the same, but it's just not gonna be, no, it's not no negative ties to it. It's not no karma that's tied to it. It's tax free.
yeah,
When you sacrificing for negativity, it's something that come with it. It's always a price
yeah,
you
it
got to
is.
pay for whatever it is when you dealing with it from the devil. But when you sacrificing for a
Mm,
higher power, when you sacrificing for God or for religious purposes, for
yeah,
spiritual purposes, or for healthy purposes, like it's always a positive. It's that same gain. It might not be that same exponential gain as far as like, okay, I could sacrifice this, and be famous and be rich. But it's
it's
them
something.
sacrifices that you make for yourself, so you can be rich in self and rich in your own situation
Your
and
situation,
empowering
right,
your
right.
own life. You know what I mean? And for your financial success as well too. Like I
Yeah,
feel
absolutely.
like you said, like you got to sacrifice to gain anything.
hmm
You wanna if you wanna level up, you gotta sacrifice. You wanna start, you wanna get buff, you gotta
Yeah.
sacrifice. You gotta sacrifice your time, you gotta sacrifice your energy, you gotta sacrifice all of that type of stuff that are dedicated to going to the gym
hmm
and putting that work in. You gotta sacrifice eating certain stuff, and you gotta sacrifice not wanting to eat certain stuff, and
Yeah, you do.
however that may look. Like it's always a sacrifice. But it's like some sacrifices come with gain, and everything come with a gain, but everything come with a price as well. But some things
Right.
don't come with the price that you're paying. It's positive change. So I feel like even God, it got in a test. I can't remember who it was in the Bible. I think he tested Abraham with his son, like I think he tested Abraham with Joseph. I might be
hmm
mistaken, but I know he tested his and see if he would kill his son. Like, man, sacrifice your son for me. If you love me this much, sacrifice your son for me. And he brought his son all the way up there to where he was finna kill him and everything. Laid him
Yeah,
down,
yeah.
grabbed the weapon he was finna kill him with, and when he was finna do it, God was like, "Hold on, no, don't."
I'm
I was
gonna.
just testing you, my boy. Like, you feel
Yeah,
me? I was just seeing how your loyalty and seeing if
relax.
you would have seeing where your level of sacrifice was at. You'll be blessed on
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
type
Right.
situation. Even with like Samson and what's the name, and I'm gonna give you all the strength. You gonna have all the strength. You feel me? You gonna have the bras. You gonna have the
Mm,
whole. You feel me? You gonna be that. But you got to make the sacrifice and not telling nobody where your strength come from. Where
mm,
how I gave you this gift. How you this much of a beast. That's the sacrifice. You can't tell them. And the
Can't
moment
tell
he
nobody.
and the moment he broke that covenant, broke that, you mean that's like I mean,
Everything came
he
down.
died. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, everything came
Yeah.
down. So I feel
Right.
like even with God, it's always a sacrifice. In order to gain, you got to give up stuff. You can't fit
Absolutely.
everything in your shopping cart.
Mm-mm.
If life was a shopping cart and you in the grocery store full of blessings, and you in the grocery store full of bullshit. It's only so much you can put in your. It's only so much you can. It's just like going to a grocery shop. It's only so
Right.
much that's gonna put in that cart. Okay, you saying you want to get this blessing. Okay, boom. Okay. This a healthy option. This a healthy option. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, but then I want these donuts. I want to get this. You know, I want to get this. I want to get that. I want to go. I want to indulge into the bullshit. I want to do
Why
all
you
of
telling
this.
my business?
No, I mean not literally. I'm talking about the donuts is the donuts might be the liquor, the donut or
Yeah.
the cakes and the ice cream might
Yeah.
be the weed or the cigarettes or the extra food or not even or it might be food literally. But
Right.
just the other stuff that you putting in your cart, or it might be like the prostitution, however you do, whatever
Yeah.
sacrifices you making to get that gain type situation. That's just what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. You can only fit so much of the other bullshit, other snacks and stuff into your cart as you can the foods and the stuff that you need to actually survive and actually grow and nurture your body. So you got to be able to sacrifice room in that
Yeah.
space of putting that in your cart of life and putting that in your life. Like you got to be able to
You gotta be
sacrifice
able to do
something.
that. You
Yeah,
gotta have
because
some
it's like
growth for it to
asking.
even
You gotta have some
be.
room for it. Exactly. That's
Yeah. Yep.
exactly what I
Yep.
was getting.
Yep.
You gotta make
That's
room
exactly.
for it. It's
Mm-hmm.
like so, I mean, if you asking God to bless you, if you asking for the universe to bless you, however that look like. If you trying to do,
Right.
you mean you got to make room. You got to know. Oh, damn, I want this blessing. I want to be blessed with this. I want to be blessed with this job, this career. I want to be blessed with this person. I want to be blessed with this car, with this and that. But I'm doing X, Y, Z, and the third, all negative things. I might be. You
Mm-hmm.
mean not. What am I
Not
gonna
everything
give
I'm
up?
supposed to be.
Yeah, I know all this
Yeah.
other stuff that I'm doing and I'm not supposed to be doing. What am I gonna give up to make room in my life for
Cause you got
this
to.
blessing, these other blessings that I want?
Mhm.
Like you gotta cut stuff out to make room for other stuff.
I
But
think some
that's my
people.
whole overall take on it for real.
Yeah, I believe some people sacrifice themselves too for others. Like people who are sick and they know they sick and they put, they set their family up and they don't say nothing, but they sacrifice themselves really for the well being of others, their mental health and financial, because sometimes that happens. But this
Yeah.
this question brought a story to mind to me. I don't know if you remember Sweetie Pies. And oh damn, bro, you gotta look that up. So Sweetie Pies was a show that came on TV. It was Aunt Robbie. She had some restaurants. She used to sing with Ike Turner. She had some
Okay.
cooking restaurants in St. Louis, a couple of
Mm.
them. Grew big. Her son Timothy got out of prison, and he started helping her run it. Eventually, let's get just fast forward. She had two sons. One got
Yeah.
killed,
Yeah.
and he had a son. This man eventually got so greedy that he decided to sacrifice his only nephew, his brother's
Damn.
son. Yeah, look it up. Me and moms watched that show faithfully. A couple of us in the family watched the show faithfully. Like it was a restaurant. She ran a business, but it was the background of the drama. It's called Sweetie Pies,
Yeah.
and he was running it. She gave him a little bit more free will, and then he opened more restaurants. Then he started getting greedy as hell. And it's on the
Mm.
show, like everything play out a little bit, and then he started getting them in Texas, L.A., blah 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 blah. And then she's like, "Hey, hold on, bro, you doing this in my name?" So they
Yeah.
got the clash, so she sued him. Eventually there was some little clash in there, but he set his nephew up with a stripper. Um, I'll meet you outside type shit, and he thought he was going out there to meet a stripper, and he set his nephew up to get killed.
Damn.
And he was
Damn.
recording. He was at a recording studio in St. Louis. But yeah, and then so eventually though, it tracked back to him, and the whole purpose and goal and reason for all this was insurance money,
Yeah.
life insurance money, because he
Oh
wanted
yeah, that's real.
his
That sounds like a
nephews
real life situation.
on everything. He wanted his life insurance money from his for his nephew.
Yeah, but that I mean, yeah, people definitely will sacrifice you out,
Yeah, they will. I mean,
sacrifice others
some people
before
live
they.
by that. Like
Oh
if I
yeah, yeah.
kill this
They
person,
ain't
or if
willing
I
to
do
sacrifice
this,
nothing for themselves, but they sacrifice others
yep,
for gain.
for a game. Yep. And his goal was, I want to be on TV. I want to be bigger. I want to be rich, even if it's the dirty way. Even if I use my
Yeah,
mama money up. She was big. And he changed the whole dynamics of that cooking show and the restaurant. And yeah, but he did that a couple years ago. He in prison now for life, but yeah.
Oh dang.
Right. So yeah, if you
So
get
it's
some
based on a true
time,
story.
uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to check that
All
out.
true. All true. It was a show on Oprah's on O show. It was like a couple years ago, like some maybe like 4 years ago. Because me and my mom
Hmm.
used to always say, "Damn, I want to go to Sweetie Pie's restaurant. It's a restaurant."
Hmm.
And she, yeah. So look at that. Just look up Sweetie Pies, and you'll see a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah,
But
okay.
I
I'm gonna
think
have
it's
to check that
brought it
out.
to me because of the sacrifice and the sometimes people sacrifice their loved ones for the fame or whatever they feel like they gonna get from it, and it's
Yeah.
messed up.
Yeah, that is crazy.
But yeah,
Huge
moving
fan of that.
on. It's
Moving
put the
on.
bed for me too, bro.
Speaking of stuff to look up and looking up and seeing stuff.
Yeah.
End up seeing a couple updates on some situations and some cases that we spoke about prior episodes. We
Yeah.
want to give y'all a little update on and abreast of new air on it.
Mm-hmm. So we talked about before. We talked about Carmelo Anthony, 17-year-old in Texas, stabbed another student with a knife. And
Mm-hmm.
the purpose was I'm bullied. I'm not even gonna put the quotes up because what is what it is. I'm bullied, and I had to protect myself. That's what his premises is.
Yeah.
Um, there's no. So basically, I'm gonna get right to it now. Fast forward here to the today, we charging you with first degree murder and as an adult, right? So from me, it was expected in a sense that something wasn't gonna be right because it's in Texas. I ain't gonna be. I'm trying not to be not to be like that, bro. But we know it's a race line in certain states,
Oh yeah.
and it's everywhere. But in certain
Uh-huh.
states, it's more blatant. It's more blatant in certain states with law. Like we gonna bury your ass regardless in certain
Yeah.
states. And I feel like that Texas is a state like that. Wisconsin is a state like that. But certain
Yeah.
places, you know, regardless of what you do or what you say, they already got your number picked, type of thing. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So this young man is now getting charged. This happened like in April 2nd, and they were like a student, like a basically a stadium track practice during the daytime, or evening or whatever, and he's claiming self defense because him and his twin brother were bullying him before. So in my mind, we talked about this before that why you got this knife, blah 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 blah. Uh, Working with kids, not saying it's right. I would never want one of my students to do this. I would hope they would come to me first. But you're only going to carry a knife if you feel like you really
Yeah.
need
You got hard.
protection.
Yeah.
Now, if it's two twins and two white twins, and I'm a black boy and y'all been fucking with me,
Yeah.
um, now, you know what I'm saying, y'all coming up to me saying, hey, you in our seats or whatever the situation was, I don't know. It don't matter what it is. Now, you getting charged for first degree murder at
Yeah. But we already
17?
know how that looked like. I mean, we already
Yeah.
know the situation on it. I mean, I kind of not to say it like that, but I seen it coming in that sense
Yeah. I get.
of how the Chargers would lay out, and it's
Mm-hmm.
sad to say, but I mean I seen that coming, and I
I
know
did
like
too.
like I said in my heart of hearts, I know it's a race line that lies out there, and I know that
Yeah.
had that been the same white kid in the same situation, he wouldn't be facing them type of charges right now, and
No.
it is I mean. It's definitely something that we need to brand together to make a change in our situation because we can't expect no help from nobody else on that to look out for us for real. So
Right.
we need to definitely we need to definitely it's we need to prepare for these things because we can't live in fear. We can't be like, oh, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna defend myself. I'm not gonna do this because I know I'm not gonna get this
You.
same love
Yeah.
and or I'm still going. We still gotta protect ourselves. We still gotta have our integrity. We still gotta have our
Your
survival. We
voice.
still gotta have our voice. But we need to do some. We need to push some legal papers. Street papers ain't enough.
Uh,
We got the brains. We got the intelligence. We got the necessities to do so. Everything is available for us. We need to
right.
really start really like
Getting
getting
stuff
more
in
people that
order
getting stuff in order. Get more of us in the
because
justice system. I say it all the
yeah.
time. Get more of us in the justice system
Right.
where we are able to make changes and look out for our own.
Yeah, this made a lot of like a lot of headway in the news and stuff, and the social media was like banding together saying nah, but fight you, speaking up for this young man because he is. I don't know why people think 17-year-olds are kids. I mean, are adults. They're not. They're still young adults. I mean, young
Yeah, very
teenagers to
much. Yeah,
me.
very much
Young
teenagers.
teenagers to me. They're not even young adults yet.
Yeah, very
Um,
much teenagers still.
right. So like we doing all that now. Y'all approached me. We exchanged some words, and I ain't saying it was the best choice at all, but
Yeah, facts.
I felt like I needed to stab you in your chest to protect myself, whatever that looks like. Because I feel like if they gon' smack this first degree on him, then they need to be smacking a hate crime on the twins or the twin brother that's alive or the twins, because it goes both ways in this situation. There was is my whole thing is what I live by as a person who work with people with mind and mental health and stuff. There's every behavior has a why. So you
Yeah,
doing this,
facts.
why? So if this situation happened because I had a knife, something in this whole school year has to happen for me to feel like I needed to carry something in my damn book bag.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I just don't feel like it's fair. We knew that was gonna happen. I just wanted to talk about it as an update, but I don't feel like it's fair. I'm
Definitely
irritated,
not fair. Yeah.
mad as fuck about it because it's like another one. You know what I'm saying?
Another,
To get
yeah.
Cali boys, another one. Because we saw it coming, but damn, prove us wrong sometime with damn.
Facts. Nah,
You
for
know what I'm
real.
saying?
Prove me wrong. For real.
For damn. It just get frustrating when you see the same old bullshit time after time. Especially when you see where this young man was headed. Because y'all
Yeah.
quick to throw a person away.
Yeah, for real.
So
For real.
I really hope some things change with that. You get a good lawyer. And the fam and
Yeah, I hope we
there's
need
some
to at least brand together as a community and
yeah,
make sure he get the best lawyer he can out here
yeah.
and put
I think he
the
has a
GoFundMe
GoFundMe.
up so we can you know, I mean I imagine they gonna do that. I mean, so
Yeah.
as a
I
community we
think he
gotta
has
come
a
together and
GoFundMe
support the best what
already.
we can for real.
Yeah, I think he has a GoFundMe though, bro.
Yeah,
Um, I hope and I hope it just goes up because I mean, we support, they support, and we support, and we have white people supporting us as well. It's not like a race thing. We ain't playing that. We just going by the facts.
yeah,
This in particular is a race thing, point blank. But we just want to see some difference sometime.
for
Like
real.
prove them up. I don't know if we're gonna see it in my lifetime, though, but at least something
Man,
because
for real. I mean, it can happen. It can happen. It can happen tomorrow. The
it can.
certain moves get made, certain sacrifices, just like we talked about. Certain
Yeah,
sacrifices get made. It can happen tomorrow.
you true.
If everybody that's with the cause, everybody say they part of the culture, say they woke, say they for the people, say they black,
Yeah,
say whatever they say they stand up in. If we all decide tomorrow that we okay next Wednesday, or then
everybody.
or what is it the day after the day after today. We
Yeah,
not paying no more bills. We not paying no more rent. We not paying no more nothing. We not doing no more nothing. Yeah,
we sitting
it's
on
gonna
our
make it.
butts.
It's gonna make a. It's gonna our voices will be heard.
Yeah, yeah,
But it
yeah.
take everybody to do so. It take everybody to bring together. Because when you shut the machine down and it's like, okay, we ain't spending no more money. We ain't
Right.
working for the machine. We ain't doing nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be some problems.
it
They gonna
is.
our voices will be heard, and but we have to be able to put ourselves in position to be able to do that. Have our own resources, know how to grow our own food. Already had the allocation that we need because we
Yeah.
don't need the money. For
No,
real. It's like
you can
if we
build.
all don't if we all refuse to pay anything and we all already got our own vehicles, we are already stand where we stand at. We
Mm-hmm.
are already and we gotta know how to have how to vegetate, know how to grow
Right.
our own food. That's the only thing we need money for is if it's food.
For real.
What you gonna do? And
I mean,
we all already we ain't going to work. We not paying nothing. We not doing nothing. We not paying no. Even if we all got certain jobs, we going to work. We not paying no rent. We not paying for nothing. We not supporting no this. We not doing that. We not paying like it'll cause an immediate change. And an
immediate
immediate
change.
change will be had if
Mm-hmm.
we all brand together and come together and to make our presence be felt. Because our voice has been
Right.
heard for too long. It's about making a
Yeah.
presence being felt.
Yeah. I think you're right about that. The voice has been heard for too. That's a good thing. The voice has been heard for too long because you get
Yeah,
tired of
we didn't
saying
marched about we've
this
been
and
marching
this.
since the '60s.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've been marching since the '60s. That our voice has been heard for too long. Our presence need to be felt. When
Yeah.
presence
It's
get
just
felt,
yeah.
it make a way more different impact than a voice.
And I seen it happen because even when they say boycott Target or Target, people say, but I say Target, because they did a blah 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 blah. They people boycotted for a month, so it can
Yeah,
happen just by social media wordplay. But like you said, it's gonna be one dummy or two
yeah, but let's do that
or
on some. Let's do that on some serious manners. If we can do that,
for
if we can
real.
do that on Target, and you see they lost money
Yeah, no,
behind that,
lots,
a
lots,
lot of money behind that.
lots.
Yeah, so. That just
Think
so our
about
impact in
that.
one area. Now imagine that
Yep.
to the magnitude of us saying we're not doing nothing.
Yeah, let that sink in.
For
Because
24 hours, it's gonna be a who do we talk to get the culture to
yeah,
what's going on? Who we need to talk to? What y'all want?
right.
Because
Because
we.
no, it ain't gonna
But yeah, I
work.
mean, what other news you got?
Some other news we got is there was a shooting over on Memorial Day in South Carolina, and I'm just gonna play one video, and we can watch it together and discuss a little bit.
Okay, okay, let's take a gander.
Not a gander.
Following breaking news at the live desk this morning, two separate incidents in the Grand Strand have sent nearly 24 people to the hospital. They happened less than 24 hours apart, and as you can see on your screen, are very close in proximity. We're starting off in Little River, a community in Horry County near North Myrtle Beach. Horry County police say at least 11 people were hurt in a shooting late last night. It happened on Watson Avenue at 9:30 p.m. around a boat dock near the Intracoastal Waterway. The real number of injuries could be even higher. In a social media post, police said more people were arriving at the hospital in private vehicles. Now, police have not given any more information on the people hurt or said if there are any suspects. According to the Associated Press, a North Myrtle Beach police officer responding to that shooting accidentally shot himself in the leg at a marina about 3 miles away. A spokeswoman for the department says the officer is in the hospital in stable condition. Moving now to Atlantic Beach. This morning,
Okay.
we're learning more about an.
All right. So, no, I ain't mean to laugh. But like,
I ain't mean to
why would
laugh.
she
I
say
get
all
it. I
that
get
serious stuff and then say the officer accidentally shot himself? Like,
it.
bro,
Y'all
we
just
was
gonna be
serious.
burying buddy at the end like that, like.
That was out
Actually,
of order.
she was supposed to slide that in somewhere in the
Right.
midpoint. She was supposed to ease that in on there. She's supposed to say that at the beginning, like the officer accidentally shot himself
Oh man,
in a track. She's supposed to present that a little
she
different for.
wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't that wasn't a smooth segue at all. Like at all.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
basically, there was a shooting on in a charter boat. They were getting off the charter boat, and 11 people got shot.
Yeah,
But the gunman was shot by police and died. But it was
a
just weird to
YN
like,
activity.
yeah,
It has YN activity written all over it.
it definitely does. It was 10 people that were shot on a private charter boat. And then one was injured before hitting his head. And the police accidentally shot himself. But a lot of the witnesses said like when they got off the boat, they could start shooting at each other. So it seemed like
YN activity.
um whoever was just shooting recklessly because 11
Yeah,
people and we all in a charter boat, private charter boat together. That's at 9 something
so,
at night.
and 9 something tonight. So y'all on the charter boat down there in Myrtle Beach, kicking
Hmm.
it. Supposed to be chilling, having a good
Hmm.
time. Probably got some little you feel me's and understand
Yep.
me's with y'all, and y'all get into it, or somebody get in they
Yep.
feeling and get the blowing out there
Yep.
and shooting up a storm.
Shooting
Ain't
up.
killing nobody. Can't shoot. Just out
Nope.
there just shooting, and the police come and kill Buddy.
Mind you, they
Shot himself in
docked.
the process.
Yeah, mind you, they docked. Y'all get into it. Y'all dock first, then get out and start shooting at each other. As what witnesses said. So it was like, bro,
Yeah,
really? And then somebody doing it to a point where like they just getting reckless with it. If you shooting 11 people,
yeah.
I mean,
All I gotta say is we gotta do better. That's
we
that.
do,
We
we
gotta do
do.
better.
So
We gotta do better.
another reporter. I'm
It's
sorry,
it.
bro.
That's no, you good. That's all I had to
Another
say.
report. I'm sorry. Another report. I saw that it was a 18-year-old that did
Yeah,
this.
that's good. YN
So
activity,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely,
Youngins, young
definitely.
activity. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's that's the news that updates that I had today. Yeah, it just really blew me that y'all couldn't go on a charter boat, have fun, and not do all that. Like
yeah, that's
it
crazy.
don't surprise me being that I'm sorry, it don't. At
No,
18, it don't. But if you were like 40, 42, 45, I'd be like, y'all grown ass.
yeah, sit
But
your ass down.
yeah,
What is you doing?
it's
I mean,
more
even at that age, like, what is we doing? Like,
right.
we can't come together and just kick it and have a good. It
And have a
always
good
got to be. I
time
mean, I ain't gonna say always, but how do we be leading to
to
that?
that.
You losing your life over someone. You probably came out there for a weekend to kick it and have fun, and
Right.
you didn't die. Like,
To that. Like I know a situation where But somebody told me they was I know somebody who died like a couple years ago. They were him, his cousin, and them was gambling. The cousin got mad. Now, mind you, this shit got to be built up too. You might have been drinking, but you got to be built up on how you felt about me. Cause you just take your gun out, you
Yeah,
start shooting me 15 sometimes, bro.
yeah,
So certain things, yeah, some things be animosity already be waiting, and then you just don't be knowing that person
yeah.
looking at you
Facts,
sideways.
facts. You don't know who you. Yeah, that, I mean that you were absolutely right with that, about that too, because that's definitely exactly what you said too. It stemmed from that, not being able, not knowing who you around.
Yeah,
You've been around the wrong people, been around people that you think is your
yep,
friend, think is your homie, and y'all probably going out somewhere, and not knowing that the person you going out with, the person you plan on spending the weekend with, kicking it with, is gonna be the person that's gonna kill you, a person to get you killed,
exactly.
or a person that kill you, or you
Yep,
mean any type of situation there, like
it's
yeah,
sad.
it's sad, it's sad. We got to do better. We
We
got
do
to do
got to do
better.
better. We got to do better, and we got to hold each other accountable. If you see
Facts.
your partner messing up, your family messing up, or whoever, in a loving
Yeah,
way, hold them
check
accountable.
them.
Tell them, get that shit together.
Yeah, check them, man. Check your people,
Yeah,
man. Check your friends. Check your family. Check your spouses. Check the people that
yeah,
when you know they out there tweaking out in public, and you know like, oh damn, we finna have to fight again. We finna have to get into some. No, don't look at it like that. Like, no, I'm finna
right.
have to. I gotta check, bro, so we don't have to get
hmm
into no bullshit. So we gotta. You know what I mean? Like, don't. We gotta, like you said, we gotta hold each other accountable.
People accountable. Yeah, because I mean, if you outgrown certain shit, you outgrown certain shit. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Like you said, sacrifice. You got to sacrifice to level up.
facts,
And I
facts.
still put to bed for me, bro. But I just wanted to bring them two topics up. We switched it up a little bit. I just wanted to share that because yesterday was Memorial Day, point blank, and it was just
Yeah.
crazy to see that. Like y'all acting a damn fool out here in these damn private docks, and then somebody lost their son, and then you just shot at a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. And I want to go to Myrtle Beach, nigga. Don't ruin it for. I mean, and don't ruin it for me.
I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah.
it's live out there. Black Bikers
I
Weekend is
heard you
definitely
told me that.
crazy,
Now
and
I'm over here like, really?
yeah, definitely a sight to be seen.
I'm still gonna go. I'm still gonna do it. I can't afford no damn private charter. Not yet.
But no, that
But
was
yeah,
another
bro.
episode, man. That's what we got for y'all, man. We switched it
Yeah,
up for y'all, gave y'all two topics, and then some hot topics and stuff that's out there,
absolutely.
man. Give y'all a little switch up, give y'all some more variety out here, man. But we hope y'all took away everything that y'all should take away from our
hmm
episode, as always, and get some enlightenment, some entertainment, man. For real.
Absolutely. And like I always say, if you fall down, get yourself back up, dust it off, and keep it moving. And every day's a new day. Just turn that chapter and keep it moving.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like I always say, rest your eyes, but don't rest your mind, don't rest your spirit, don't rest your ambition. You hear me?
Period. Hey, yes,
Yeah.
sir. All
Love, blood.
right, love, bro.
I've been studying the bane in my existence. They try to write me off, but I keep taxing them consistent. You don't know the pain of being trapped inside the system. Soon as they read you your rights, you know you on your way to prison. It's a trap. And why the hell you think they call it that? Trust falls the way I'm comfortable with falling back. Fell out with my